How you doing? No, no.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. There we go. There we go. We here.
All right. I'll just go ahead and take out the microphone. My bad. This is super new.
Oh no, you good. Stuff happens.
But like I said, this is as we presented to you right now, this is the 7-time award-winning autism activist, businessman, and Grammy Award-nominated producer, Marcus Boyd. Nice to have you here tonight.
Nice to be here. It's an honor. I love your platform. I love what you do.
Hey, appreciate it. I just doing my best to, spread the word about being Black and on the autism spectrum, and also to show that both can be possible and we can show what we do. And so, first thing that stood out, 7-time award-winning autism activist.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get to your level, really, because I'm a small fry.
I'm a small fry too. I'm trying to tell you, in corporate America, I'm a small fry too. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, so shoot. I mean, I know you're a small fry. No, you ain't no small fry because small fries don't get awarded 7 times. Heck, I even struggle to get recognized at work, let alone what I'm doing right now. But we appreciate all the advocacy and activism you've been doing. So can you tell us more about autism, being an autism activist, and how your whole journey started?
Well, I got diagnosed with autism April 12th, 1993. Clifton Springs Mental Health Center. Dr. King, Verta Looper was my therapist. Dorothy Carr was my caseworker. Bob Ortner was my behavior aide. Anna Gibbs and her daughter was my speech therapist. I was nonverbal until I was like 13 and a half. I started speaking at a 2-year-old's level. And I didn't start speaking like this until I was almost 18. I didn't get off medication until I was almost 20. I was having issues with using the bathroom on myself until I was like 22, 23. I'm about to be 40 this month. So, 5 years ago, a friend of mine, to make the long story very short, a friend of mine who I grew up with, her son has autism, nonverbal. So she wanted me to go to her church to tell my testimony. I said, there's no way. I'm in Atlanta. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like I'm a music producer, and you want me to go to your Black church and tell them that I got autism. All I asked you to do was take me to Walmart. That's it. Like that's all I asked. So, it was pouring down raining. I was on 285. I really didn't want to walk home on 285 because she pulled a car over and she told me to get out. And she told me to get out. So, I mean, it was either walk to God knows where or go to her church. So I went to her church. You understand what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to walk. So that Sunday, I went to her church, and the pastor already familiar with me, and he told the visitors to stand up. So I stood up, and I told my testimony. It was a bunch of autism parents, single fathers, mothers, grandparents that was there at the church that was asking me questions. And I realized 5 years ago, it's not about me. It's about every voice that's unheard, every story that gets untold, every law that's not right, every rights that's not given yet for autism individuals, not only in the United States but worldwide. So that's when I became a beacon and a pillar to be a voice for autism.
That's what's up. And it's all, I feel like it's all starts with like that one person who we want to hear your story and give you the platform, even though, you know, with some of us on the spectrum, we don't like to speak. Or if we do speak, we rather talk about the things we like rather than the things we don't want to talk about. But once we get put in this pedestal, so to speak, and we give the testimony, then it not only benefits us as an individual, but we also get connected to more people, especially parents of autistic or folks with autism, or even the communities that we serve.
I think it's really important to not just muzzle it on a month or a 2 month basis, because autism is a 365, 7 days a week, 24-hour type of situation. So, you know, we only recognize it really in April, because April is Autism Awareness Month and May is Mental Health Month. So, I mean, the thing is, you need to recognize it on an every single day basis. And that's my journey and my job, is to make sure people see and feel differently towards autism. I don't care. That's why I got a clothing line, a shoe line, and everything else, because I want autistic people to be cool and represent what they are. Feel like, you know what I mean, they dope. Feel like they geniuses. Feel like they can conquer the world, because they can. So who says that we can't look fresh doing it? Period.
Shoot. I mean, we got plenty of autistic people throughout history, whether they say they're autistic or they found out later or through history, we know about it. They've been doing a lot of great stuff along the way. So I feel like I'm with you. It's important to show that not only we autistic, we dope, and we can look good doing it. So I appreciate you getting the call line together to show, you know, we can look fly and represent our identity also. Speaking of which, can you talk about more about your clothing line? Where can I get your shoes, as a matter of fact?
Well, we were actually, I mean, I started with the puzzle piece shoes, but you already know, amongst controversies. So amongst controversy, you know, me and my team had to we had to go to a different road, because we respect everybody's views, and we don't want to hurt nobody or disrespect nobody from a image, whether they like it or don't. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever their beliefs is. So we decided to go to a different way. I mean, there's a bunch of people that still got my puzzle piece shoes, but the G Soles, which is the very first spiritual tennis shoe. So, you know, we coming out with G Soles. It's coming very soon. It's going to be in my hand very soon. And, you know, we want to be able to bring positivity and style in a shoe with scriptures from God, period. That's why they call G Soles. The A collection is the clothing line. You know, that comes from the autism community, you know, because I wanted the autism community to have a designer wear. You know, like breast cancer don't have designer wear. Lupus don't have designer wear. So I wanted autism to have a designer wear. So that's why the collection comes in there. So, you know, soon you'll be able to get it on the websites, manufacturers, Amazon, every place, you know, retail value that they sell them and stuff like that. So, I mean, again, it's been a lot, because I'm just not an activist. I mean, I do clothes, shoes, music, books, coloring books. I mean, short films. I do a lot of different stuff, but still scream autism every single. I mean, that's just what it is, because I don't believe that it should be quiet.
Shouldn't be. In fact, I feel like I'm with you. You should put it on clothes, books, everywhere. Let it be known that we exist, we thrive, we're not going nowhere, we've been here, and we gonna continue to be here.
Well, that's why the comic book is on the way. It'll be done next month. all supermarkets in the Autism Squad. Period. So it's going to be something like X-Men. So period. So
no, you had me at X-Men right there because I love X-Men. Matter of fact, I love the Marvel superheroes period because I think the X-Men and even all the superheroes from Marvel resembles the disability community, including people with autism, more than the DC universe. Don't get me wrong, I can connect with Harley Quinn, but Quinn is a supervillain.
right.
On a superhero level, not that many people from DC. So I like the concept of combining superhero powers, but also pretty much saying that autism is a superpower. It is. I don't want to. I mean, in your language, in your case, it will be God's gift, but I also will say it's the part of the human experience. So I'm glad that you try to come out with the coloring, the comic book, the coloring book, and even with the coloring line now, that pretty much saying autism is not just a condition. It's a way of life, it's a statement, it's who you are, and you can really literally wear on your sleeve if you wanted to.
Period. That's just what it is. I mean, it's almost like saying being African American is a condition or a disability. It's you can't help what you are and who you are. The only thing you can do is embrace what you are. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's just it.
Yeah, so I got another question I wanted to ask, and I'll go get into a little race and autism also. So we know both of us, we not only autistic, but we Black as well. And we get into a lot of rooms in the autistic community where it's mostly white.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle or approach situations where you feel that you don't fit in white autistic communities because they don't see you as autistic enough, or they don't feel that you're not doing enough advocacy work? How do you respond to that?
Well, that's why I got a team. Number one, God is first. You know what I mean? My best friend, my manager, Gary Sinatra is second. He's Italian. So, my sister, Colleen Woods, Mary Mitchell, Manisha Holiday, the whole team. The whole team, period. So the thing is for me is I can't worry about what somebody else think. I would never achieve a goal or I would never achieve a dream if I'm stopping to be like, okay, well, they think I'm not Black enough. They think I'm not more enough of an advocate or activist, to be in this group or to be involved with them. Number one, you don't gotta like what I do or say. You can turn me off or turn me down or skip or swipe left, whatever you want to do with your phone, computer, or whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, as long as you affect one person, you are doing your job. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to like your brand. Everybody's not going to stand with you. That's fine. I only want the ones that will.
I understand that completely. And also, I think you mentioned pretty much the team is important because your team helps you to bridge the gaps, but also remind you that, you have the skill set to do what you do best. And if there's people who try to distract you from activism, because like we were saying before, you're not advocating their way, your skin color, size, whatever, then that's their loss. But you know that with your team and also with your advocacy, you'll affect at least one person or maybe 5, maybe 100,
Right. And that's what the work is. The work is not about people's opinions or thought. The work is about changing laws and rights and benefits and making the next generation of people with autism better. That's what this work is simply about. People are gonna have thoughts or whatever. My grandma used to say that everybody got a butthole. Cause you know what I'm saying? People are gonna have thoughts. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we cannot worry about what they say, feel, or think. We only can worry about the path that God put you on and the purpose that He put in front of your face. Chase your greatness, not somebody likes.
True, true, true. And you know what they always say. Assume the part of assume everybody, like you said, everyone has one. To lack of better words. And I speaking of local advocacy, can you describe like some of the projects or campaigns that you're doing right now to help better people with autism in your local area or even on a national level?
Oh yeah, we're working with new laws in Washington D.C. for 2023 that will be more effective for everybody, not just for ABA, BACA, any therapies, dealing with Medicaid, dealing with food stamps, dealing with giving some grants and vouchers for families with individuals with autism that will be able to help them financially because it's they the ones who suffer. They the ones who got to sacrifice. So yes, we working with Washington D.C. I'm working with my local government here in my city, and I'm working with other city governments, senators and Democrats and stuff of that nature to bring real benefits and real laws and bring real change, not just for autism, but autism people worldwide.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That was up. And I guess another question I want to add to it is how do you bring the Democrats, the Republicans, and all the other people on making sure that they support your campaigns also? Because speaking from experience, outside of blogging, I am a researcher at UIC, and I'm also a activist myself. And oftentimes we in a room with politicians where they may not accept your views in general, but if you talk about your experience, then you may have more in common than you think. So I guess to rephrase it, how do you connect like the different parties?
The thing is, what you have to do is you have to bring them into the conversation and the story. See, everything is a story base. So whether if you walk down the street and you slap Johnny's hand 5 times, that's a story because you walk down the street and you slap Johnny's hands 5 times. So regardless of the senator, politician, Democrat, whatever, regardless of the title, you have to bring them within the story that you want to advocate for. So every time I speak, I try to bring these senators and politicians and stuff like that into the story so they can feel why I'm so passionate, why I'm speaking like this, why I'm showing you this PowerPoint presentation, why I'm showing you these diagrams, why I'm showing you this research, so you can understand that it's not just affecting me from being autistic. This affects you, and you're not autistic. So let's bring everybody in the same conversation.
Absolutely, because it's healthcare in general affects everybody. Like you said, it could affect from the kids, adults, our elderly, anybody who's disabled, and in fact, every say in the disability community, anybody can be disabled at any time. So we all need health insurance. We all need great access to healthcare anyway to live our best lives. So I definitely understand the importance of bringing everybody in a room to address common things instead of competing against each other. I agree.
This for me, being an autism activist is not a race. There's millions of activists like yourself. There's millions of advocates. There's millions of people who are doing incredible things in the autism community. It's not just one person or one base or anything else. But the thing is, the reason why I'm so passionate about the word activist instead of advocate is because I'm actively going out here speaking. I'm actively going out here fighting with politicians and everything else. I'm actively giving my time, and regardless of payment or not, I'm still actively traveling from state to state.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, I am serious on the word.
I understand completely. And besides, activists of the past, they back up what they believe in. They actually go out and do the work, whereas advocates, yes, they support, but do they go out and do the work? Maybe, maybe not. Activists, on the other hand, definitely pretty much says, put your money where your mouth is.
And that's why I told my team, I'm putting my face, I want my face everywhere. A billboard, a bus stop, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, God has blessed me to be on one of the biggest magazines in London. It's called the London Magazine. I'm on the cover, period. And that's 4 million people in London that's going to see my face. This lazy eye, they're going to see it. And it's not, and again, and it's not about accolades or whatever. It's not about that stuff. It's simply about, if somebody don't raise the voice for autism, we still going to be quiet in the room. We're going to all be in the same room, but somebody has to raise their voice.
I understand that completely. Shifting gears a little bit, and considering that I'm in a room with a producer and a music lover, and I'm also a music head. First of all, how do you get into the producing or just music in general? And secondly, how do you connect your love and passion for music with being autistic? Because from what I'm hearing from a lot of people, music kind of helps people on the spectrum to express themselves, or music could be their topics. Like with me, I know I could talk about R&B or rap all day if I wanted to, or some type of rock, or some gospel also.
Well, first of all, I'm a jazz neo soul head. I love R&B, of course, trap, because I'm from Atlanta and New York. So
Hell yeah, I'm all trap.
That's like second nature. I mean, but my mom had 22 kids, so my grandma was raising her 24 and helped me raise my mom's 22. So at the end of the day, it was strictly church and TBN in my grandma's house. There was no other choice. You talking about Brooklyn, New York. There was no other choice. Again, this month I'm about to be 40. So it's either you're gonna be on the streets or you're gonna be on the organ. That's only two choices you had back then. It was cut and dry like ketchup and mustard, black and white. Either you're gonna be in the street or you're gonna be on the organ. Period. If you're gonna be on the organ, you're gonna be on the choir, you're gonna be on the deacon board, you're gonna be an usher, you're gonna have positions where you're gonna have to rise up in the church. Period. If you're gonna be in the street, you're gonna be a dope boy, a D boy, whatever you're gonna be. Period. So for me, I was nonverbal, but my brothers was in the streets. So I wanted to be like them, but what happened was it wasn't my brothers that was protecting me from bullies and getting beat up and getting picked on. It was my 9 sisters, and they was in the church. So, if you balance it, it was like either I choose the streets and my brothers ain't gonna protect me, or I choose the church and I know my sisters are gonna protect me. So I had to choose the church. So
there you have it. I mean, plus church got great music anyways, so you get more protection and better sounding. I wouldn't say better sounding music, but great music in the church also, as opposed to you're on the streets where you may get some good music also, not that much protection. So it's a lifesaver.
I got 10 brothers and 9 sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So again, when you talk about the projects, they didn't want somebody that, slobbed on themselves or used the bathroom on themselves or had emotional behaviors or whatever. My brothers didn't want that around. They trying to be cool, trying to talk to the girls, and you know what I'm saying? They in the street. My sisters, I got triplet sisters. My sisters didn't care. They were like, you ain't gonna touch my brother, you ain't gonna talk about him. And then one of my older sisters, she like 6'7", 6'8". We call her Big Patty. She big. You see? Ain't nobody was touching her. It's like a walking shield. You understand what I'm saying? So, so at the end of the day, she told my grandmother that I got to go to band camp in upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
So I went to band camp before the movie. Like, this is way before the movie. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was playing trombone, and my sister Big Patty was my interpreter. She said, "You gonna learn how to play the trombone." I shook my head. She pushed it in my chest, and I started blowing spit. Because again, I'm afraid she's 6'something. You know what I mean? So she worked with me until I learned how to play the trombone. It went from that to concert band to marching band to, I mean, music was, again, I'm transitioning from New York to Atlanta. And back then, early 90s, Atlanta was the biggest thing moving. You know what I'm saying? So like you cannot be not in music and you in Atlanta. There's no way. Not in the early 90s. There's no way. Everybody I knew was in music in some shape, form, or fashion.
Kind of feel like the same way in Chicago. You have to know music, especially Common coming out, R. Kelly, Crucial Conflict. I mean, Twister. I feel like, you have to know some type of music. And then don't forget, Chicago is also gospel and blues central as well. And we also had like legends in R&B, either born there or performed there mostly. So I feel the same way. It's like Atlanta, Chicago, you gotta love music.
That's it. You know, I got family in Southside Chicago. What's up to my people out there? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Chicago, you know, I mean, whether it be from Harold's Chicken or, I mean, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, whether it be just the culture of Chicago itself is so diverse and it's so incredible out there. You learn something. I learn something every time I go. I ain't been since, you know, I guess they about to start the new purge law, but I ain't been since then. But you know what I'm saying? Like, lock your doors. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was out there when the drill scene was first getting started with Chief, and when, you know, Dirk was doing his thing for his, you know what I'm saying, the block and stuff like that. I mean, I was really heavy out there back then, you know what I'm saying? But I learned their culture and I took it back to the A. You understand what I'm saying? So everything is a melting pot. That's what it is. It's a big old pot of gumbo. That's it.
I understand completely. And shoot, I have so many other questions, but you know, time is a mother. Time is so short. If I want to respect your time also. So before we go, where can we follow more of your works, or where can we get your merch?
Okay, you go to autismactivistmarcusb.com. That's autismactivistmarcusb.com. You'll see the headphones. All that stuff is on the way. You go to social media. Marcus Leonardo Boyd, Marcus L. Boyd on Facebook, Autism Activist Marcus Boyd on Instagram, Marcus the Interviewer on Instagram, TikTok, Marcus Strozier. And again, I like to thank this platform because not only are you raising young voices, but you raising minds. And I'm grateful to be and honored to be on this platform. I'm thankful to my team. I'm thankful for every person that's out there listening that has autism. Remember, you're incredible. You're a genius. You're intelligent. You can conquer anything you set your mind to. Don't listen to a no. Never take no for your last answer. Chase your greatness. Reach beyond your affinity and know that I love you. You can't do nothing about it, period.
Mic drop. Mic drop. All right, so this concludes the my first interview ever. And what better way to start off my interview path than with Marcus Boyd? So I appreciate you coming through and talk to me. You know what I mean? And for those who watching right now, if you miss part of it, that's okay. It will be on the Black Autist Facebook immediately afterwards. even though we don't have any captions, I will post another version of this interview, and I'll add captions to it, in which hopefully the version with the captions will be posted within a month. I promise within a month. Hold me to it, y'all. But until then, again, thank you, Marcus, for coming through. Thank you all for watching my first ever live interview. And hopefully I'll get to do more interviews with great Black autistic folks or just great autistic folks in general. All right, so long, everyone. Take care.